The eyes of their what? Is. Yes. Now, if the eyes of the mind of a man is blind, how can he see? Let me ask you to listen. The physical eyes does not determine our destiny. There are so many people who can see, but they are useless. I said there are so many people who can see with their physical eyes, but they are what? They are useless. Even their physical eye is a problem to them. Because the physical eye they have has made them idiots already. So they can go to where they can't go because they can see. They say they walk around. You see, but it is not possible to be useless when the eyes of the mind start seeing. And excuse me, because the eyes of the mind is far more important than the physical eyes. So somebody can be very, very useful when the eyes of the mind open and the physical one is not open. Andre Boschele, Andre Boschele, the Roman tenor, is one of the most popular singers on it. Does he see? A lot of people who don't see are great. They can't see with physical eyes, but the eyes of their mind is open. Now, how can the eyes of the mind be open without impartation? Can I tell you something? When you see people that the eyes of their mind sees, it affects the way they live. Because you see, the mind cannot produce eyes. The eyes of the mind cannot open until you put pressure on the mind. On the mind. We will give ourselves to prayer and ministry of the word. That is eyes. That the eyes of your understanding, 1:18 of Ephesians, be enlightened. Can you look at that? It is not effort. I'm not looking for money I want to get from effort. I am looking for money I will get from eyes. He said that the eyes of your understanding be enlightened.
That you may know.
That you may know the hope of that seat and the riches of the glory of his inheritance.
In the saints.
Excuse me, there is something that anybody can do. Please, no matter what you try, you cannot be able to hide from people the particular eyes you use in sin. You see, because if the eyes of your mind can't see, everybody will know that you're not seeing anything clearly. From the way you behave, from what you care about, from decisions that are not definite. Since I was born, I've always taken a definite decision because I live from the eyes of my mind. Let me say it again. I said I've always taken a definite decision. I have always depended on precision to control the way I use the money God gives to me. It's activity of the mind. I've always depended on precision, on accuracy, to invest my time. There are so many messages here. It is not possible for me to teach everything that is in this paper. So I am using discretion to choose the one that is more relevant than others, at least for now, because I can't teach everything. So when I was there, I said the first 10 is this and that, and then 11 to 20 is this and that, and then I'm going to conclude with these 3. It's an arrangement. So when I start concluding now, I will tell you what I will conclude with, because I planned it. From eyes of the mind. Prosperity is not a function of luck. Don't hand over your life to it. People grow into greatness. I say people grow. Right? Can I tell you something? If the two messianisms, the messianism of the suffering servant and the messenger of the suffering king, if they are all of Judah, then don't believe in chance. I say, if those two messianisms are of Judah, then God will look for something where it is. And then time will produce honor from effort, from consistency. I told you, I said that mayhem is going on. There's upheaval, tumult, mayhem is ravaging the land of Galilee. And people are wondering, how is it? It is not a chance. It's a calculation. It's a plan. It's a revelation of storage of value. It's the beginning. Because that place you see is where the country started. It will enlarge exponentially. It's an abatrous dominion. The expansion is on the north, south, east, and west without limit. When the real dancer come in that valley, the stage will be set. Now the dancer has not come, so we are making effort. There's a dancer that dances in all directions. Yes, he's a prosperous dancer. He dances with the wind. The wind will bring him. When he starts dancing, then angel of wealth will start placing money on his face. I know the one that places money, and I know the dancer. You don't see where a dancer, the shoe of a dancer is an altar. And then he's dancing in between the four wings. The shoe of the dancer is an altar now. Yes. Dancing in the four wings. So anywhere he turns, the sun shows the omnipotence of God. And then wealth without limit will be attracted. And then the house of God will be found in the midst of the valley where the ocean starts. I said, it's an ancient parable. That's how to describe him who does not have beginning and end. You see, because his omnipotence makes him complicated. So he cannot be defined in a form. For those who can describe, who can see him, they talk about him as they talk about themselves. The outward man prospers when the mind of the soul is empowered through light. Now, a lot of people have not prospered because they care so much about the outward man without talking about the mind of the soul. The mind is an integral part of the soul. And the mind is a seat. And can I reveal a secret? Because the mind is a seat. All who know dominion know the power of sitting down. Listen, there is no great man that doesn't know the power of sitting down. If somebody doesn't understand sitting down, then it's not great. It's not great. You don't rule the earth from going. You rule from sitting. Because dominion is a point. It's a point, just a place. All dominion is a point dominion. We lose a lot of energy in going. That is why in chapter 6:1 of the book of Isaiah, the Bible said, I saw him seated. God and all that look like him, they sit down.